Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour. Welcome back to another Pro 1v1 match. Today we're here on Liquid Gold with two epic players. We've got down in the south, Boycah in the red with GLA Stealth. And up in the north, we've got Big SiZe with the GLA Stealth in the orange. SiZe often taking the orange color nowadays. Boycah often taking red. People gravitate towards their favorite colors every time. DK Crazy also chooses orange. But I can imagine this map and matchup was probably chosen by Boycah. I guess they're just playing friendly matches, or maybe it was a challenge or something. But I think Boycah will be practicing for the grand final of the GLA Mirror tournament, which he's against XCal. The winner of that tournament, I think it was $500 in total, but I think the winner must get like $300 or maybe $250 or something like that. Depends how the prizes are broken down exactly, but I can imagine Boycah would have chosen this. Big SiZe isn't one known for asking people to practice and stuff, so it will definitely be Boycah here that's chosen it. Boycah a little bit slower here in the tunnels in the middle, as you would expect though, because the bottom spot does have a bit longer to travel for all of his workers, and he can't get terrorists there as quick as the top spot. The top spot can get into these positions a lot quicker, as you see in here as well. But one of the counters to that is you can make a fast toxin tractor, get a tunnel here, get a toxin tractor out. But Boycah is just going to outright lose this tunnel. I think that's a bit of a bad play there from Boycah. If you are going to do ones so far forward like that, I definitely think getting a toxin tractor would be the best thing to do. That said, though, he might have distracted SiZe enough so that actually he might still be able to get this oil. So Boycah looking like he is going to get 4 oils. Got rebels going all over the place. Double barracks opener. So he's got 4 oils, and Big SiZe at the moment doesn't have any oils. Big SiZe only opted for 1 barracks. Yeah, so SiZe's economy right now is a lot. Oh, actually, Boycah didn't even get this one, actually. Stand corrected there. Boycah is going to run away with his technical. Here's a Vet 2, so he will heal over time. Big SiZe's technical had proven just to be a little bit too quick for it. It's interesting in technical battles because sometimes you can even be ahead, but the enemy technical can catch up to you. Even though Boycah's was a Vet 2, if anything, you'd think that Vet 2 one would be faster. I think they're the same speed, but it's just weird how the lower ranked one caught up to it. It might be something to do with the diagonal pathing on the map. Apparently in Zero, if you travel diagonal, you actually travel faster over the map rather than actually traveling straight. It's a bit of a weird it's a bit of a weird thing in Zero. Just something to do with the way the grid layout is. You actually travel over a greater period of time. Or over a greater distance, sorry. By traveling diagonal rather than if you travel straight. So if you're ever trying to escape from something, drive as diagonal as you can at 45 degrees. Big SiZe here with an oil denial. He's also popped a toxin tractor here. Boycah is bringing in a technical there. Gonna try and shut down this toxin tractor here of SiZe. The SiZe is probably going to get inside of this building. Looks like he's not really paying attention though. Boycah is going to lose that technical. Is SiZe going to go inside that building now or not? SiZe does eventually go inside of it. Boycah now bringing a rebel to the party, and Big SiZe has crept forward a little bit with these tunnels on the right, but he hasn't got these oils just yet, and he's also very slow getting this oil. The technical around the back here from Boycah, it's going to be picked off by SiZe's Vet 2 tech. We can now bring in a toxin tractor of his own. Going to clear out some of these buildings. SiZe, no evac there from SiZe. A bit disappointing really, because you only have to press V on these buildings, and it would have been evac, and you probably would have saved the majority there. But it's such an annoying part of the map. This is like getting hold of these buildings. As soon as the enemy gets them buildings and puts a couple of quads nearby, it becomes so hard to take. Nice pop there from Big SiZe. Does pop and kill 2 quads. Boycah's now inside of this building. Yeah, if the enemy gets kicked off this place, this become very difficult inside indeed. But SiZe has managed to get a tunnel here. That is a proper SiZe tunnel, really close to Boycah's base there. Boycah well and truly securing this position. But down here, he is losing one of the arms dealers. Needs to be careful because there's a Vet 3 tech there. A couple of Vet techs, actually. Very weird pop that. It kind of stuck on the RPGs there. One of the arms dealers there from Boycah does go down. Big SiZe is going to continue the push. Big SiZe actually managed to secure himself another oil despite losing this position here. And Boycah trying to clear this up. It looks like he will clear it up, actually. There's a bit of a bad engagement there from SiZe. Boycah continuing the push now and going to clear this tunnel here as well. Will Boycah choose to clear this tunnel now? Oh, sorry, clear this oil, or will he actually try to capture that for himself? He is bringing rebels, so it would indicate he wants to capture that for himself. But Big SiZe does have a forward position over here on the right. He's also getting the oils, and he's got the refinery here. The refinery does play a big part on this map. And you got this when you spam into the 3 arms dealers, 10% reduction on your vehicles does play a massive part. But Big SiZe is going to have this tunnel to deal with soon. I think there is a lot of opportunity on like this part of the map, all of this part as well, and all of this part, and obviously all of here as well, where you can like get sneaky workers and stuff like that with stealth. Because the points of contention tend to be the left and this hill initially, which kind of leaves the middle open, because in the middle there is not that much interest to secure them buildings in the beginning. Big SiZe here losing one of his arms dealers. It's looking like a pretty formidable force now from Boycah. SiZe with already a palace up and already a market going up, but Boycah looking like, yeah, it's behind on the palace stack, 50% palace. Got a hijacker out now from SiZe. Wants to try and tip the battle he has with these quads, but Boycah still hasn't captured this oil for himself. Boycah collecting a nice amount of workers, got his palace, got his CC coming along. Both players playing super solid. Just feel like Boycah is probably in a slightly higher gear. His macro, being on point with the 3 arms dealer spam seems to be super on point. A hijacker there got crushed. We've got a number of vetted quads in here now. That does make this a very, very strong army indeed. Big SiZe pops his quads here. And a huge engagement here from Boycah. He is pushing in, and SiZe is taking some damage. Big SiZe knows when to take an engagement, though, and knows when not to, and actually pulls his army back. Barracks there gets picked off, and Big SiZe is kind of cornered up here now. He has still got a good defensive line of tunnels, but he's lost a hell of a lot of map control over here on this left side. And Boycah's captured every single oil and all of these supplies for himself. And now his economy is rolling big time. Boycah's even trying to capture an oil for himself. Not going to get it though, but almost did. Big SiZe now dropping down some markets. It's got 3 markets, either building or already built. We've got Boycah building a fake one here, and another fake. Boycah now on buggy spam. Boycah still with his forward position. SiZe seems to be aware of it. I wonder if it'd be cool to have a feature where you could literally switch off the gun on the tunnel. So in that case, the tunnel would always remain stealthed. And the SiZe would have to force fire it to find it. I think that would be a nice feature. It'd be a big change, but it would be a nice feature. Boycah now with a big pop here of quads, but there's a number of buggies here from SiZe, but a hell of a massive army here from Boycah. He's got a hell of a lot of RPGs here as well. Absolutely insane push here from Boycah. I thought SiZe's army was big, but when all these quads are now out, and a load of battle buses here, and buggies as well, huge engagement here. SiZe has got the better concave at the moment, but he's also engaging into some of these bunkers, which means a couple of his quads here are going to get picked off. Big SiZe, that's a huge miss micro, sending his buggies right into the line of defense there of Boycah, and 2 or 3 of the buggies there went down. But Boycah is no longer collecting on this supply. Got to remember that SiZe does have all of the right side, so whilst it looks like, and it always feels like in the game, that a player is way ahead by having the left side, the right side does have a lot of cash as well. So you've obviously got this 1 supply, 2 oils in the refinery, whereas this side has got 3 oils, 2 supplies, but no refinery. So the left side is definitely stronger, but the right side is not all that bad. Yeah, Boycah's done a good job here by fully loading that bunker. He actually picked off a quad there pretty much for free with that bunker. Number of quads mixed in this army here of Boycah, but there's a battle bus here of big size. Goes down insanely fast though to the buggy spam there of Boycah. Boycah continuing the push forward. I definitely think Boycah is looking like he's got this game, you know. Everything here of big size is going down. Both quite even in terms of the XP of Boycah leading by not loads, by like 300 or 400 XP, something like that, which is still a decent margin. But I just think it just shows that actually that left-hand side with the extra oil, extra supply does make all the difference. Even the refinery and the 2 oils on the right side is not enough to get SiZe ahead enough here to, or big enough here to take this massive fight here with Boycah. So Boycah is dropping down his Scud. Would like to see maybe a second one drop down at the same time, but SiZe is dropping down 2 Scuds over here on this right side, as well as a market. So he's going to have like 4 markets. CC going up there for SiZe as well. Feels like a little bit overkill. 20 buggies all firing with a double ammo on just 2 little RPGs, but you do need to take out them RPGs. If they hang around there and you send the buggy there later on, it can get picked off. Massive buggy versus buggy battle here, and here is a... Oh, that was actually a bomb truck there from Boycah, but it turns out it's just a quad. Big size trying to find it by force firing the ground, but does not find it. It is GPS scrambled. And SiZe does have a full GPS scrambled buggy army here, which means he can get a decent engagement. It's something he does like to get. This GPS scrambled. Got a Scud Storm up now for Boycah. SiZe now bringing in loads of buggies. The buggies here at Boycah do retreat. Boycah now collecting with 150 workers. All of his workers from that supply have actually just been brought over, which is good though. It's better for him to be doing something rather than nothing. Haven't seen many Jean and Kells out, actually, if any at all. Do you think something that Boycah could do is now he's got hold of that building and distracting the fire there of that artillery platform? He could drop a tunnel there now, pick off that artillery platform, and then eventually you'll be able to push in and take this place a little bit later on. But right now, Boycah's just focused on holding this position. SiZe's going to lose a few buggies here. Only lost 1. In the end, I think Boycah could have done a little bit better targeting there on the buggies, but this whole position here for SiZe is getting cleared out. And I still think Boycah's got an absolutely massive advantage. SiZe is dropping down loads of Scuds and more markets. So yeah, maybe he's not out of this completely yet. SiZe did pick off that oil. SiZe does seem to have a lot of buggies out, and Boycah's dropping down an insane amount of Scuds himself. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 either building or already built for Boycah. He's got 3 on the battlefield already. It's a huge buggy board right now. In their numbers, they just literally wreck everything. You just literally click on a quad and within a few seconds it's dead. Where the quads do stand strong though is like when you're doing decent sneak attack in like an awkward position when the buggies can't get a decent angle. That's when the quads are good. But SiZe is chasing this army here of Boycah. Only manages to pick himself off 1 buggy, and Boycah managed to pick off 1 buggy as well. I think here you see in the true strength of the GPS scramble. It's something I don't normally get. Usually I get like the full bounty. But after speaking to SiZe like in team games and stuff, he always gets the GPS scramble. And I think it just shows like you can just leave units out like that. And SiZe can't come in and pick them off unless obviously he scans them. It's just requiring more micro time to scan him, and then it alerts Boycah that he's coming in. But yeah, we've got quite a lot of Scud Storms. 7 already on the battlefield and a few more about to finish, I think. There's another one about to finish, or just finished. 4 Scuds out for each player right now. Big SiZe losing a little bit of ground here. There's a TNT coming round the back. Managed to get a tunnel. Both players, well, Boycah's level 5. SiZe is almost level 5. Nice Anthrax bomb. Ooh. Oh, SiZe just moves in time. Wow, that is a legendary Anthrax bomb. Kills a hell of a lot of stuff there. How much stuff has Boycah got inside of his tunnel? Only 3 or 4 units, actually. That was a very nice bomb. So now Big SiZe has got an opportunity to make something happen, really, because the army there of Boycah has kind of been reset. Boycah does have a hell of a lot of scuds. I think you're kind of seeing here, and something I've probably taken until this replay to learn, is that dropping down the scuds on this map is probably more important than dropping down loads of markets, because you kind of get loads of money on this map anyway. So I think only a few markets needed and the rest in scuds. Whereas predominantly before, I've been dropping down basically just markets until like 15 markets. Okay, sneak attack here from Boycah, but not really achieving all too much. Quads here from SiZe, like in the close range. Pop as much as you want, really, in terms of buggies, but the quads here in close range are going to shred through the buggies, and a hell of a lot there gets cleared up. And this is turning out to be a lot closer than I thought, really, because a few good engagements there just recently for SiZe. Boycah does just remember that he has more scud zone. He's about to fire quicker as well. He's got a 20-second one here. Sneak attack there from SiZe in the awkward position. I think that's a position I suggested before, actually. But he's popped actually mainly buggies. Now pops a load of quads there as well. And actually, all of a sudden, this engagement here is looking pretty bad for Boycah. Boycah might have to use a scud here. I think that would be a really perfect shot, you know. I think that really would. Is he going to hit? Oh, no, he's not going to hit it. Going to force SiZe back, though. SiZe is scared about that. Actually, just goes for the oils. I think that was smart there from Boycah, really. Not shooting there because you guaranteed killing the oils whilst also making SiZe scared to actually go back. The SiZe here with the counter attack. Coming in with a load of quads, shredding through the tunnels, taking down one of the scud storms there. Big SiZe continuing the push. And this is looking actually a little bit scary for Boycah right now. SiZe has got a scud to fire in just 7 seconds. Boycah likewise has one to fire in 10 seconds. But SiZe right now has the quad numbers. There's a few buggies mixed in this as well. Yeah, still no Jarman though. Find it a little bit weird. Okay, we've got a scud fired now from Big SiZe. Or 2 scuds fired here from Big SiZe. And they're going to fire all the way across the map and go actually to Boycah's production. Absolutely wrecked the production there of Boycah, and a counter scud here from Boycah on SiZe's production. And there's another scud about to fire as well, and it's another Boycah scud. Where is that one going to go? Have to imagine it's going to be on that oil there and take down the arms dealer in the oil. But SiZe just has superior numbers there, and I don't think Boycah has anything to defend against this right now. It is on the arms dealer, but it's going to take down the oil as well. It doesn't. I think that's a bit of a miss hit there from Boycah. Should have been more directly on the oil there, I feel. But SiZe and his superior numbers here, man. His late game GLA, he just knows about getting them numbers up. Like, knowing when to switch to quads from buggies when you're going to do a decent sneak attack in a decent position. That was kind of the swinging point, and it looks like Boycah, after an amazing play here, is actually going to come out second best. Boycah trying to hold on as much as he can, but the more this army kills, and the further it progresses, the more scuds and tunnels it kills, the more vetted it gets, the more bounty money SiZe gets, and then the bigger snowball effect it has. Boycah's going to need to amass a bigger army than just fighting with a few quads. You just fight with a few quads, they're just going to go down. Yeah, you see how fast they just went down, just from SiZe literally clicking on it, and that's it. GG. Well played there to both players. Going to say well played because Boycah, even though he had the bottom spot, he still actually collected more money. He kicked SiZe off that left-hand side. Boycah's got to be kicking himself a little bit there, thinking, how did I lose that? I think one of the key moments was the Anthrax bomb from SiZe that killed a lot of Boycah's army. But then I think also Boycah was spamming a lot of radar vans at one point. We looked back in his base, and I'm sure he had like 3 radar vans sitting there. Now, radar vans, obviously they're just used for scanning and stuff, but they do take a bit of time to build and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just feel like SiZe was consistently spamming. Let's see, units created. Oh, yeah, Boycah still made more, actually. 255 to 221. But yeah, just at the key moment when Boycah lost a bit of his army from the Anthrax bomb, SiZe just kept spamming. And then ever since that sneak attack and a few more decent engagements, SiZe's army just got too big and Boycah got overrun. So yeah, he needed to have more of an army out. But SiZe hit the production at exactly the right time and just managed to close it out after probably, you could say, coming from behind for most of that game, I think. And you can even see there, actually, with the supplies collected, the Boycah is still collecting 5k more. So yeah, GG, well played to both players, and see you in the next one.